Story 1. I'm 46 years old, and my wife is 41. We've been married for 18 years. Our relationship hit a rough patch when our once vibrant intimacy seemed to fade away. Our twin children were grown and off to college, and with the newfound space in our lives, I thought things might improve. We tried spicing things up for a while, but the excitement didn't last long. Our attempts at intimacy anywhere in the house lost their charm. Online, we read about the idea of taking separate vacations to create longing and intimacy. It sounded odd, but I figured it was worth a shot. We decided to give it a go. She chose Colorado, her hometown, while I opted for Wyoming to visit Yellowstone National Park. As her vacation began, I noticed she was engrossed in her phone, and our conversations grew more distant. Concerned, I impulsively decided to surprise her by showing up at her vacation spot. I arrived and learned that she had been spending time with another man. She introduced him as a lifelong friend, but later admitted he was her new lover. The confrontation was intense, and the truth was painfully clear. I was devastated and decided to end our marriage. My friends, sons, and a newfound friend named Jade supported me through this difficult time. Over the next year, Jade became more than a friend to me, and I found solace in her company. A year later, I stumbled upon a series of emails from my wife, expressing her regret and desperation. It was too late for reconciliation, as I had already moved forward with my life and newfound love. Reflecting on this journey, I hope my story serves as a reminder of the pain infidelity can cause and the importance of resilience in the face of betrayal. Life has a way of moving forward, and I'm proof that even after enduring heartbreak, we can find healing and growth. Now let's move on to story 2. A life-changing event unfolded that shook my world. It all began with a phone call that interrupted my workday. I was 33, and my wife was 27. We had shared 6 years of marriage by that point. She had been on a job hunt for about a year, supplementing her income by selling crafts on Etsy. I wanted to support her without pressuring her into a job she despised. She carried the weight of a difficult childhood, and my aim was to provide a safe haven for her. Our relationship, at least from my perspective, was strong. There were times she battled depression due to her painful past, but I made sure to ask her about her thoughts every day. Often, she remained silent or offered details that I was already aware of. On that day, while I was at work, I received a call from the police department of a neighboring county. They informed me that my wife had been arrested for a shocking incident. My initial reaction was disbelief. There was no way she could be involved in what they were describing. However, the police confirmed her identity and car ownership, stating that she had set a car on fire in a residential area. I was bewildered. Why would she do such a thing? The officer mentioned she was unwilling to provide any statement. Confused and anxious, I agreed to visit her at the police station. Confronting her in the interview room, her demeanor shifted from defensive to defeated. I asked her to explain the situation, and she whispered that she couldn't because of the recording devices in the room. I pressed her to open up, and she revealed that she had set her ex's car on fire in response to his recent infidelity. It was a whirlwind of emotions, and I struggled to comprehend the situation. What puzzled me more was that she had been seeing this person for months behind my back. I felt a mix of anger, shock, and humiliation. I told her that our relationship was over, as her actions had crossed a line I couldn't ignore. Leaving the police station, I had little idea of the larger consequences that were about to unfold. She struggled to contact anyone due to restrictions, and it took weeks for her grandmother to finally pay her bail. In the meantime, I was bombarded with her calls, pleading for a chance to explain herself and make amends. After numerous attempts, I picked up one of her calls. She begged for a meeting over coffee, claiming that our years together deserved one final chance. I struggled to contain my laughter. The idea of salvaging a relationship tainted by infidelity and criminal activity was beyond me. I told her that her choices had already spoken loudly enough. Days turned into weeks, and her aunt contacted me to retrieve her belongings. It turned out that her grandmother, who had raised her, had passed away, and her house was in foreclosure. My ex was moving in with her aunt, marking the final chapter of our connection. By this point, I had begun a new romantic involvement, so I refrained from probing into her life. Reflecting on this tumultuous journey, I found solace in two coping mechanisms. Regular exercise helped channel my anger and frustration into something positive, while indulging in activities that brought me joy allowed me to rediscover my own self-worth. My story stands as a testament to the consequences of infidelity and the strength needed to rebuild after betrayal. Now brace yourselves for story 3. I want to share a personal experience from just 4 months ago. During that time, I was 33 years old, and my wife was 35. We had been married for 2 years, and little did I know that my life was about to take a shocking turn. I had a business trip scheduled for 2 days. After driving for hours, I received news that the trip was canceled. I returned home earlier than planned and was surprised to see my wife's car parked alongside another vehicle, her brother's car. They were very close and often enjoyed hiking together. I was okay with their bond, as I wasn't much of an outdoors person. However, walking into my living room, I stumbled upon a scene that left me deeply unsettled. My wife and her brother were slow dancing, and their expressions immediately betrayed guilt. She tried to explain it away by saying her brother needed emotional support due to problems in his marriage, but something didn't add up. I found her phone left behind, and what I discovered was truly shocking. Sexts, expressions of love, and plans for secret meetings with her brother. I was hit by a wave of betrayal and disgust. My trust had been shattered. Fueled by a mix of anger and pain, I devised a plan for confronting this betrayal. I played along with her supposed hiking trip, gathering evidence to expose their inappropriate relationship. When I received photographs that revealed their romantic encounters on the beach, my heartache deepened. The time came to confront her. I plastered the damning evidence throughout our home and invited her family and friends to witness the truth. After this, I left for my friend's house with my belongings and a heavy heart. In the aftermath, her family confronted her, leading to chaos at the hotel where she was with her brother. Amid the turmoil, I filed for divorce and left town, determined to move on from this painful chapter. It's been a challenging journey, but I found solace in exercise and pursuing activities I love. As I reflect on these events, I'm grateful for the support I've received from friends and family. Although the pain remains, I'm taking life one step at a time, slowly rebuilding and reclaiming my happiness. I am committed to healing and finding a brighter future ahead. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this story. If you found it relatable or thought-provoking, I would appreciate your likes and subscriptions. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Take care.